Emma sat at her desk, staring blankly at the computer screen. Another day at the office. She let out a long sigh and rested her head in her hands. How did she end up here, in this dull and uninspiring job? She had always dreamed of becoming a writer, but life had a way of throwing unexpected obstacles in her path. It started with her father's illness, forcing her to put her dreams on hold and take a job to help support her family. The job was supposed to be temporary, but it turned into a career, and before she knew it, she had been there for 10 years. Emma's coworker, Ben, noticed her distress and approached her desk. "Hey, you okay?" Emma looked up, surprised to see him there. She didn't talk to Ben much, but he always seemed to be in a good mood and genuinely interested in people. "Yeah, just feeling a bit stuck." "I hear you," Ben said. "This job can feel pretty mundane at times." Emma nodded. "I just feel like I'm not making any difference. I'm not doing what I'm passionate about." Ben leaned against the desk. "I get that. But there are ways to find fulfillment in any job, you know. What are some things you do enjoy about this job?" Emma thought for a moment. "Well, I like the people I work with, and I like feeling like I'm part of a team." "Exactly," Ben said. "And there are probably other things you enjoy too, like the sense of accomplishment when you finish a project or the stability of having a steady paycheck. You just have to shift your focus to the positive aspects." Emma thought about what Ben said. He made it sound so simple, but it was hard for her to see past her frustrations. "I'll try," she said. Ben gave her a smile. "Good. And if you ever need someone to talk to, I'm here." Emma was grateful for the offer, but she didn't want to burden him with her problems. She thanked him and went back to her work, but his words stayed with her. Over the next few days, Emma tried to focus on the good things about her job. She took note of the small victories, like completing a task ahead of schedule or receiving positive feedback from her boss. She also made an effort to connect with her coworkers, going out to lunch with them and chatting during breaks. But despite her efforts, Emma still felt a nagging sense of discontent. She couldn't shake the feeling that she was meant for something more. One day, Emma was working on a project when she came across an article about a writing workshop. It was a chance for aspiring writers to learn from established authors and get feedback on their work. Emma had always wanted to attend a writing workshop, but she never had the time or the money. But something inside her urged her to take a chance. She signed up for the workshop and took a few days off work to attend. The workshop was everything Emma had hoped for and more. She met other writers who shared her passion, and she received valuable feedback on her writing. She even got to meet one of her favorite authors, who encouraged her to keep writing and pursuing her dreams. When Emma returned to work, she felt energized and renewed. She had a newfound sense of purpose and excitement. She started writing during her lunch breaks and in the evenings, pouring her heart and soul onto the page. Ben noticed the change in her and asked her how the workshop went. Emma told him all about it, feeling a sense of pride in her accomplishments. "That's amazing," Ben said. "I'm so happy for you. You know, you're really talented." Emma smiled, feeling a warmth spread through her chest. "Thank you. I'm really grateful for the opportunity." "Of course," Ben said. "And you know, if you ever need someone to read your work or bounce ideas off of, I'd be happy to help." Emma felt a surge of gratitude. She had always felt like she was alone in her writing endeavors, but now she had someone who believed in her. That would mean a lot, she said. Over the next few months, Emma continued to work at her job, but also made time for her writing. She submitted her work to a few literary magazines and received a few rejections, but she didn't let that discourage her. She kept writing, honing her craft and developing her skills. And as she worked, Emma realized that her job was not a hindrance to her writing dreams, but a support. The steady paycheck and the stability gave her the security she needed to pursue her passion without worrying about money. And the people she worked with provided her with a sense of community and connection that she needed. Emma had been so focused on what she thought her life should look like that she had missed the beauty of what was already there. She had been blind to the good in her job, but now she saw it clearly. One day, Emma walked into work with a new sense of purpose. She was no longer just an office worker, but a writer who happened to work in an office. She greeted her coworkers with a smile and a new confidence, feeling grateful for the support and understanding they had shown her. And as Emma sat down at her desk and started her work, she knew that she was exactly where she was meant to be. She may not have been a best-selling author yet, but she was on her way. And in the meantime, she had a job that she enjoyed and people who cared about her, and that was more than enough.